Now let's talk about the best practices when you're designing your DallE prompt. So when it comes to prompts, sometimes it is better to just keep it short and sweet. In fact, prompts can't be more than 400 characters, but you can still get a great result just by a few emojis, just like you saw in the last video. However, if you have a specific outcome in mind, it is important to be specific in your prompt. A simple adjective such as action photography can add many important characteristics that you might otherwise have to define separately. There are also some phrases such as award-winning or high quality that can really help you set a standard on what you want to achieve. So even though the precise impact on those phrases on AI generated content it's not very well tested, you can feel free to use them, and from my experience I can tell you that the result definitely gets better when you add them. Also, sometimes making just a small tweaks to your prompt can really improve the performance. So as you can see in front of you, I provided you with a very basic way on the specific phrases that you can add. For example, firstly, you can initialize the framing by saying a close-up, black and white, which would be the film type. Then you can define the shoot context. For example, here we have the studio photographic portrait of a something, right? So you can decide what the subject would be. Then you can also say to DallE what lighting you would like to have. In this case, this is dramatic backlighting. And then you can also specify the year at which this photo has been taken, which will add additional style to the output. You can also specify the vibe or the mood of the objects on your picture. If you want, you can specify the lens that you want the photographer to be using if you want to generate photography, or you can describe the artist in which style you want to have your art created. So this is some very basic way of really thinking how you can generate your prompt. However, the prompt design can get very deep, and this is the reason why I created multiple videos on covering each and every aspect on how you can change the prompt, and I will show the specific images that you will be able to see from those small tweaks. So when it comes to illustrations, borrowing photographic terminology, for example close up or far away, can be really helpful for framing. Also, defining how a 3D art piece is photographed can really add another layer of detail. Using adjectives such as art deco can have broad influence on the style, clothing, and the materials of the subjects that are displayed in your photograph. So if you are really struggling to find the specific style, try finding related terms such as artists, years, media, or even a movement. For example, instead of saying painting by Picasso, you can also say a colorful geometric work of cubism in the style of Two Girls Reading by Pablo Picasso in 1934. When it comes to using DallE to create images, you can choose to be very specific with your prompts if you know exactly what you want. However, DallE has a specific eye that has studied more than 400 million images, so being vague sometimes can lead to very interesting results. You can also use variations of your favorite outputs to create even more interesting results. And we saw that in one of the previous videos. To create specific outputs, it is helpful to learn more about the relevant jargon such as architectural periods, famous artists, and names of architectural details if you want to create, for example, images of buildings. And just because DallE has an extensive knowledge about everything, the deeper your knowledge goes in a specific topic, the more detail you can add to the images. So this was my brief video for how to design your prompt when communicating with DallE, and now in the next section we're going to jump into practice, and I will show you how you can create images with specific styles and variations. Thanks for watching.